All right, welcome back. So here we are, we're in Module 9. Now in Module 9, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about software as it relates to AI, and it's the Intel's perspective on different libraries and frameworks, as well as NLP. So in the text, we're going to cover NLP, or Natural Language Processing, and it came up all the way back in the first chapter in the book. I think we dealt with that back in, let's say, Module 2. And we've discussed it a number of times along the way. And I think back to the first time I dealt with NLP, it was probably over 30 years ago, probably close to 35 years ago, when Dragon Naturally Speaking came out with a product designed specifically for Microsoft platforms, where the software would recognize, it was speech recognition software, and you would just talk to it. But it took a lot of training, and it just didn't work very well. And a lot of people just gave up on it. If you were lucky, you could get it to work maybe 80% of the time accurately. But beyond that, it was nowhere near the accuracy that speech recognition is today. So it's one of those things that's evolved over time with the improvements of deep learning models and the speed of the hardware associated with the whole process. So all these things that we've been talking about up to now that have led up to where we are now give a better perspective on how NLP is able to be as successful as it is. Now, in this module, we've got a lecture video for you, and we've also got some resources. Now, remember Orange. One of those Orange videos in the Orange playlist was on sentiment analysis. Now that's NLP. It may not be dealing with the spoken language, but it's dealing with language in the form of text. NLP deals with both. They deal with language. Now, in this sentiment analysis, we have a model that will analyze a group of text, let's say a paragraph or a paper, whatever it may be, and based on the classification of known keywords, we can classify that text as somebody liked it, they didn't like it, depending on how we want to classify it, we can train the model accordingly. So that's sentiment analysis, and you go through this and you can play with Orange if you like when it comes to NLP and sentiment analysis and Orange. I've also got another video here coming from IBM explaining what is NLP. Okay, great video. Now, we don't have a ton of stuff to do in this module, meaning projects. All you see here's a discussion and a reflection. Okay. It's got a lot coming up, so go take a look in the modules ahead and look in your calendar, see what you got coming up, because you might want to plan ahead and say, well, if I don't have a whole lot going on this week or in the coming days, let me see if I can work ahead or knock out some things now that will help me down the road. Okay. So, with that said, we'll see you in the lecture.